Hey everyone, Gombo here, back with another Empires and Puzzles video, and today we have Hero Coach back in the game. This event is available for 3 days, and you will have an opportunity to choose a hero who is at least 2 years old and be able to level them up to 4.90 at the cost of gems. I put out a video last week detailing all of the eligible heroes for this event, but in today's video, I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on some heroes and families of heroes that I think would be good to Hero Coach if you do have them available. And I am also going to choose my hero for Hero Coach program this event. Real quick before we get started, if you do enjoy this video or find it helpful, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and turn that notification bell on so you can be alerted of when I drop new content. And as a reminder, this is a graphic of how many gems it will cost you to get that hero to 4.90, depending on where you have them leveled up at this point right now. So if you have not leveled them up at all and they are still at 1.1, it will cost you 1,000 gems. At 1.50, it will cost you 815 gems. At 2.60, it will cost you 593 gems. At 3.70, it will cost you 334 gems. At 4.80, it will cost you 37 gems, and 4.85, it will cost you 18 gems. As far as how much you level them up before you hero coach them, that really just depends on the resources that you have available as far as ascension items, feeders, food and iron, limit break materials. For some people, it makes the most sense to do it right from 1.1 and spend 1,000 gems. For some people, it might make sense more for 2.60 or 3.70. And for other people who have a ton of ascension materials, but maybe not limit break materials, maybe actually doing it right from 4.80 makes the most sense. All right, so who do I think would be some good options for Hero Coach this time around? Let's take a look at some options that I have. I think the big obvious one is that if you have any extra toons, any Season 1 Classic heroes where you have at least the toon costume, ideally the glass costume as well, those are going to be good options. Sartana is one of the better Season 1 heroes, in my opinion, because of her wizard class and the fact that she's fast mana speed. And the wizard class is extremely useful because of that superior masterclass talent where they have the ability to dispel buffs just from hitting with tiles. So for the Season 1 heroes, again, Sartana I think is a really good one. And then Leonidas is pretty decent because of the mana reduction, and he's a pretty hard-hitting sniper. Vivica, being the only healer out of the Season 1 heroes, is definitely a good option, and her cleric class is really good. Richard is another really good one, and probably considered to be one of the better ones, especially because of the fact that he's blue, and all of those toons do extra damage to the color that they're strong against, and we are still seeing a ton of Bernadette tanks out there, so Richard is extremely useful against her because he usually hits her for like 2,500 damage or something like that if you have him at 4.90 with all of the costume bonuses and if you want attack nodes on the talent path. So personally, I feel like those Season 1 heroes that I just mentioned would be the most useful, but honestly, any of the toons are going to be useful. They're very strong as far as stats goes, and they will continue to get buffs throughout the game and probably additional costumes, so they will always be relevant. Another family of heroes that I think would be useful is the Season 5 heroes, but really only if you've got their costume, because that really is what helps make them relevant, and they get the 100% chance to have their passives activate when their special goes off, or some of them have the ×3 chance for their passive to go off when they use their special. And for me personally, Hathor is definitely somebody I am considering hero coaching. There are a lot of really good healers in Season 5, including Cleopatra, Head of Fairies, and then of course my girl Hathor. So any of those would be great options in my opinion. There's a lot of other great Season 5 heroes. Tedasheri, Khufu, Sekhmet is in Season 5, although I don't think that she's one of the better ones in my personal opinion. A lot of people just got Anubis from the most recent Soul Exchange event. Anubis would definitely be a good option. The next category of heroes is one that I want to talk about are ones that have costumes from the challenge event series that have recently come out over the last few months. So one of them that I have on my roster that I've been considering last time and this time is Dark Lord. I keep on going back and forth between leveling Dark Lord and then leveling somebody else. I do think that he is a really good option for Hero Coach. There's a couple other ones that have recently gotten costumes. I believe a lot of people are probably going to be hero coaching Toxicandra, and she is actually somebody that I recently pulled as well and was considering, but I have a lot of green healers, so I do not think that I am going to be leveling Toxicandra, but if you have her with her costume, she would definitely be a great option for Hero Coach in my opinion. Another great family of heroes is the War of Three Kingdoms heroes if you have their costumes. So Dia-Chan and Zhuge Liang, I believe, are probably the two best out of the War of Three Kingdoms heroes, but if you've got Cao Cao or Liu Bei or any of the other ones that you think would be helpful for you, then those could be options for you. And the last group of heroes that I want to talk about are kind of going to be your niche heroes who are useful for specific purposes. And the big specific purpose that a lot of us are going to benefit from are heroes who are useful against Bernadette, because she is still everywhere out in wars at the tank position. I am in a top 25-ish alliance, and we see anywhere from like 10 to 17 or 18 Bernadette tanks every single war. I have 3 comfortable teams against Bernadette. I can usually field 4, 5, or even 6 if I need to, but right now I've really got 3 or 4 solid Bernadette tank teams, so I am trying to build another one. So I do have some options I could use for Hero Coach. Oni Wakamaru being the big one. I've already got one of him at 4.90. I actually chose him for Hero Coach last time, and I've got another one that I've been working on that I've got at 2.60. So he is a top candidate for me for Hero Coach. Other options are going to be Lord Loki if you've got his costume, and if you don't have his costume, it is available in the Outfitter event, which is coming back at the end of July. So Oni Wakamaru would be a great option for Hero Coach. Lord Loki, Kushanku if you have him, he was available in the Soul Exchange event a few rounds ago. Those 3 specific heroes are the ones that come to mind for me, but really any hero that has any type of mindless attack, mindless heal, silence, any way of altering Bernadette's special is going to be useful, especially if you're able to get their special in anywhere between 5 and 7 tiles. So Oni Wakamaru and Kushanku both get their specials in 5 tiles, which is one of the reasons that makes them so useful against Bernadette. Oni Wakamaru is still the only hero in the game that has undispellable taunt. So when Bernadette goes off, she is not able to dispel his taunt, which is what makes him so useful. And I am indeed going to be choosing Oni Wakamaru in Hero Coach program this month. And one of the big reasons I am choosing him over another hero like Atune, which is something I was considering, or Hathor, who I think would be a great option and who I want to use for Hero Coach. But I think Oni Wakamaru will give me more use with being able to build more teams against Bernadette, and he will still be useful pretty much forever in the game because of his unique special, having the undispellable taunt in only 5 tiles. All right, so let's make some magic happen here. We're going to select Oni Wakamaru for Hero Coach, and we are going to spend 593 gems. I've got him leveled at 2.60 at this point right now, and we're going to get him up to 4.90. He will be the second one on my roster. Very excited to build a new team with Oni Wakamaru. I am actually leveling a second Lord Loki also at the same time, and I chose Oni Wakamaru for Hero Coach over Lord Loki because leveling Lord Loki the old school way, so to speak, made more sense for me because his main version, which would have gotten to 4.90, I only actually need at 4.85 and then clicking the button, so to speak, for double limit break because I'm getting the costume to 4.9. That's the one I'm going to use. Let me know who you decided to use for Hero Coach, and if you need some advice or an opinion on who I think you should choose for Hero Coach, drop a comment down below and I will give you my opinion, and I'm sure some of my other viewers will as well. And that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it or found it helpful, and if you did, hit that like button, make sure you're subbed to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.